Moving through our finals, again, 16 laps as we'll move ahead now to our mini rock 16-lap final. We'll need Tag Masters, Heavy, and Pirello. Again, we'll need you on the grid. So this will be your mini rock. They'll go 16 laps. And as we look at the point standings, it's the local driver, Ocala driver, and the number 18, Dylan Gennaro, your points leader. Again, very solid. Got 3 wins so far this season. Or corrected to be 2 wins for Dylan so far this season, and number 18. So here's how we'll line them up. Your mini rock inside row number 1. It'll be the 30 of Ryan Rackley. And Ryan starts the weekend second in the point standings. Outside row 1, it'll be the 51 of Gabriel Ramirez. In row number 2, starting third, the 456 of Zachary Hollinshead. Starting in the 4th spot, your points leader, the number 18 of Dylan Gennaro. Starting 5th, the 495, Humberto Peretta. Starting 6th, the 00 of Landon Kelly. Your PRD mini driver, Joey Mafu in the number 7, starting 7th overall. Mini rock driver, Connor Zilich in the 72, starting 8th overall. PRD mini driver in the number 17, Matt Heelan, will be starting 9th overall. So we're about to set to go 16 laps for your mini rock, which has been very exciting. Once again, coming up next, we'll need our Pirello Senior, Tag Masters, and Heavy drivers. We'll need you on the grid. You're set to go for your final. Once again, we'll need drivers to return your transponders as you do conclude your racing for the day. Please return your transponders as your racing is done for the day. Again, top 3 finishers in our finals and fast time from qualifying this morning. We'll have podium awards once we do conclude our racing and all classes have cleared. That'll take place in the grid area. And again, we ask, please, if you do have a podium finish, and I know it's hot, we'd like you to have in your racer suit. Again, these photos do get a lot of exposure, so we ask you, please, for photos in your racer suits. So winding it down, again, a special thanks to everybody here at the Ocala Grand Prix. I want to thank them for making it a great racing weekend for the 4th event of the season. Special thanks to George, Troy, everybody helping us out, Megan in the office, and of course thanks to all the corner workers, everybody helping us out here with the Ocala Grand Prix. Likewise with all of our FKCS members, Eddie Gennaro, our president, everybody who's helped us out, Kyle Rickard in timing and scoring, of course Nick out there in the flag stand, Scales, also thank Nick, our race director, and everybody over there in tech. I want to thank them all for making it possible. We couldn't do it without you. And again, a special thanks to everybody who has helped us out here in race weekend number 4. It has been a good race weekend. Hard to believe we have just gotten over the halfway point already, and we'll be in Jacksonville coming up in July. Amazing how quick the time goes. And of course, we heard from Chaplain Tom Ratliff, and again, next Sunday is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and hopefully you have a great Father's Day next Sunday. Or a lot of us will probably be at a racetrack somewhere. But again, hopefully you'll be able to spend a little time with the kids, but happy Father's Day to all the fathers next Sunday afternoon. And we're set to go 16 laps. This is your Mini Rock PRD Mini. And talk about how competitive this is, all the way back to the 5th place finisher in the pre-final. Humberto Peretta finished 9/10 of a second behind your leader. Dylan finished 4th, a half a second behind your leader. Zachary finished 3rd, 2/10 of a second behind your leader. And Gabrielle was right on the bumper of Ryan Rackley. So again, we're expected to see yet another barn burner as they'll come off the top of the oval. Again, 16 laps. Nick going to look him over. I didn't think so. I didn't think that he's going to take that one all, so he'll send him around. No way was he going to let him go on that one. So we'll get him lined up, get him ready to go. So looking to go 16 laps. Second to last final of the day. Once again, please be sure to return your transponders. Once you do, clear your tech and get all set to go. Again, please return your transponders. Again, we will be in Jacksonville, race 5. That'll take place July 12th through the 13th. And again, a very exciting track. Again, we have seen some great tracks here. Again, in the 2014 season, a lot of different looks for these drivers, and we'll head up there coming up in July. That'll be the 12th through the 13th in Jacksonville. All right, now we're set to go 16 laps. Mini Rock driver Ryan Rackley in the 30, Gabriel Ramirez in the 51. That's row number 1. And row number 2, Zachary Hollinshead and Dylan Gennaro. How about row number 2? It gets better all the way through the entire field. They're set to go 16 laps. They'll come down the front stretch. Again, no start again. You're outside lane, the 51, and Dylan getting a little anxious. As your inside driver, Ryan Rackley, will set the pace, and obviously not going to fly that time. Again, you want to make sure they stay right there in line. We'll cycle around one more time. See if the third time will be the charm. Once again, thank all of our series sponsors, Grand Products, grandproducts.com, Harvest Motorsports, harvestmotorsports.com, GoRotex.com, OcalaGrandPrix.com, visit the website. Also, Rock Cup, that's rockcup.com. And the great folks up there in Bushnell, tsracing.com for all your racing needs. They'll ship them right out to you. They got a lot of great specials. So we'll see if it's the third time to charm, or will we see an inversion for row number 1? Gabby Ramirez a little antsy. She's been very strong here today. They'll work row number 1 as they come off the oval. Nick will look them over now. They're side by side. Row number 1. Rackley, Ramirez. Nice start. Green is out. We're underway. Gabby going to run the center of the track. Rackley with the advantage. Gabby going to shuffle back to 4th. Side by side through the chicane. That's mid-pack as they'll come single file. 16 laps. Quickly shuffling around. That'll be the 456. Zachary Hollinshead up to 2nd. And I don't know how many lead changes we've seen in that pre-final. And again, we're right back at it again. Ryan Rackley off the tree turn. Hollinshead running in that 2nd place position. Roberto Peretta again right there in the mix of things, running 3rd as they'll come off the oval for the first time. Single file, little bit of movement going on. Dylan going to get in behind the 51 of Ramirez. So Dylan now sits in the 5th spot. And long way to go as we work on your PRD Mini and Mini Rock. And Dylan, a 2-time winner, currently running 5th, Ryan Rackley. Been on the podium a couple times, but one thing that's eluded him is that win, and he's under the gun as they continue to shuffle around for that top spot. Off the tree turn they come. Going to go a little wide. Ryan Rackley still hangs on. The top 3 drivers nose to tail coming to the top of the oval, led by Ryan Rackley, and they're not going to waste any time. Here they come to the line. Ryan Rackley holding on to the top spot. Hollinshead and Peretta, top 3 drivers through the chicane. Good racing now as they head through the chicane, led by Rackley. Ryan Rackley holding on to that top spot. And you look at any of these drivers, top to the bottom, any of these drivers can win it. Look at how tight they are through the top of the hairpin turn. A long way from over, just 2 laps in the books. Again, going a little bit wider. That's going to cost your leader one time or another as Ryan really sweeps it wide, but able to fend them off now in exchange for that 3rd spot. Contact! 1 into the barriers, 2 off the track. As they try to stuff it in there at the top of the oval, contact. And that looks like it'll be Ramirez and Humberto Peretta off the track. It looked like they tried to stuff it in there, contact. They get collected. In the meantime, the field continues to truck on. Led by Ryan Rackley to the top of the oval. There's Ramirez back on the track. So they made contact getting together into the barriers. Humberto Peretta looks like the one going to be left out. See the yellow flag waving. That's for the top half of that oval. There's Peretta. All he can do is watch traffic come by. Early contender. In the meantime, your leaders head off at turn number 1. Single file. It's Rackley, Hollinshead, Dylan Gennaro now in the mix, Landon Kelly. So all of a sudden the complex of this thing really changed around as your top four drivers coming to the bottom of that hairpin turn. Humberto finally gets it rolling. But was an early contender now done here as he'll pick up the back end of the field. A tough break for Humberto Peretta. Again, Rackley going to sweep it out wide. Landon Kelly all of a sudden going to kick it up. Landon running fourth as they come to the top of the oval. Good battle down the front stretch. Landon Kelly going to peek to the inside of Dylan Gennaro. Stays right in his wheelhouse. They'll run nose to tail. But I tell you right now, Zachary Hollinshead has just got to be waiting for that spot for Ryan to sweep it out too wide. Going to have to keep them inside as they come to the hairpin turn. Rackley, Hollinshead, Gennaro, and Landon Kelly. We'll watch to see if Ryan can tighten it up a little bit through that tree turn. Exits the tree, turn a little bit better. Nice exit for this time for Ryan. Again, don't want to leave that door open because that 456 of Hollinshead will slide right in there. So they'll come down the front stretch. 6 laps complete this time by. Again, Joey Moffo, that is your PRD Mini in battle, and he's got Matt Heelan. So how about that all of a sudden? They're going to get a little action. PRD Mini driver, Matt Heelan in the 17, Joey in the 7. Connor Zillich right now just turned quick time, 40.796. Connor out of North Carolina being scored 7th overall in the field. Again, Rackley going to whip it out a little bit wider again off the tree turn. Tell you, keep an eye on Landon Kelly. Landon Kelly with a 40.806. Pretty good lap time for the 00. And they'll be nose to tail down into turn number 1. Little crisscross over. Dylan, he's going to flex some muscle to grab that second spot. Nice piece of driving there for the 18. So Dylan found the opening. Again, you've got to take advantage of those openings when you got them. So again, a little bit of movement there. The 18, your points leader, Dylan Gennaro now 2nd. Hollinshead back to 3rd. Landon Kelly running 4th. 5th, that'll be the PRD Mini driver. Might as well get the excitement as they'll come down to the top of the oval. Yeah, Ryan Rackley has led every single lap so far, but he is under fire as they come down the front stretch. 8 laps in, 8 to go. So 8 in, 8 to go. Halfway point led by Ryan Rackley. Started on the pole position, has led every single lap so far. And it is a freight train of traffic, single file on the entry to the hairpin turn. Boy, Ryan is really doing an outstanding job. All these drivers really putting on a great show. Still head to the tree turn again, Ryan. He really loves to come out to that outside of that exit of the tree turn, but able to make it work for him. Whatever that lane works, it works for him. And they'll exit off the top of that hairpin turn. Now we got a drag race coming down into turn number 1. Dylan going to get some help as he heads down into turn number 1. Not only does he get help, he's got the lead. And watch Rackley backpedal through the chicane. So Ryan Rackley will find himself in 3rd. He's in behind Hollinshead. Now Dylan, your leader. Zachary Hollinshead. Oh boy, we've seen these guys go at it many a times, and they're right there 1-2. Dylan, your leader. Zachary running 2nd as they come through that hairpin turn. How about Landon Kelly, now 3rd? Again, Landon Kelly, another solid performance. Landon very strong on Saturday. Sits back in 3rd as they come down the front stretch. 10 laps complete this time by. Zachary's going to look for that opening. He's got the room, got the lead off turn 1. So your 3rd different leader between 3 different drivers. 3rd lead change, 3 drivers. So again, early leader, Ryan Rackley. Dylan briefly had it. Now it's Zachary Hollinshead. And they are really mixing it up in behind him. Again, Landon Kelly, Ryan Rackley. Again, that'll be 3rd and 4th. They'll come off the tree turn. This one a long way from over. Again, 11 laps will be complete next time by. Again, Dylan Gennaro, home track, Ocala, Florida driver. Holding on to 2nd. Again, as I talked about it over and over, this young man does not get rattled, and he continues to keep the heat on your leader. All of a sudden, Landon Kelly fading back. Landon now 9/10 of a second behind your race leader. But Again, we watched Landon yesterday fade back a little bit, then all of a sudden kicked up enough toward the tail end. And a chance to talk to Landon at the podium. And again, a very talented little driver. Really worked hard yesterday to get a podium finish. And right now, Landon's sitting on the top 3 spots. Matt Heelan in the 17. That's your PRD Mini driver. And he'll pick up a spot. Again, that's your PRD Mini driver in the 17. So that'll leave Landon Kelly. Still sits back in 3rd. So top 3 Mini Rock. Hollinshead, Dylan Gennaro, Landon Kelly in the Mini Rock. PRD Mini driver. And again, Matt Heelan in the 17. That's your leader. Joey Maffo second in the PRD Mini class. Meantime, PRD Mini driver Matt Heelan just rolled a 40.493. So obviously your PRD Mini driver on the move. And he'll come off the tree turn. And Landon Kelly with the 72. Boy, Connor Zilich has been very quiet, but putting up some very good numbers. And that's 72. All of a sudden, continue to close on to 00 as they head down into turn number 1. So good racing up front. Hollinshead, Dylan Gennaro, Landon Kelly currently holding on to 4th under the gun. As Connor Zilich and that 72 North Carolina driver trying to get a podium finish, going to work on Landon Kelly as they come off that hairpin turn. Once again, Matt Heelan in the 17. That's a PRD Mini driver. And again, that's Heelan now going to go to work on that 18 of Dylan Gennaro as they come off the top of the hairpin turn. Again, that is a PRD Mini driver. And, of course, Dylan trying to get some help tapping the back of the helmet. Keep an eye on the 72. Connor going to work on Landon Kelly. That's a battle for that 3rd spot on the podium. And we're going to run it down with 2 to go. Again, your final 2 laps to go. You got a good battle for that 3rd spot on the podium. Again, Landon Kelly in the 00, Connor in the 72. Right now, Dylan 0.7 of a second behind your leader. Landon Kelly currently running 3rd, Connor running 4th as they'll exit off the top of the oval. They'll shoot down the front stretch. Nick will show them, white flag this time by. 1 to go. And Dylan kind of looking in behind his back as he's got the PRD Mini driver, Matt Heelan in the 17 behind him. Matt trying to pick up a win here this afternoon in the PRD Mini class. But Zachary Hollinshead, he's got some breathing room now with a full second advantage. As he'll come off the hairpin turn, makes his way into that tree turn, exits off the tree turn. Nice piece of driving there, a Mini Rock driver. Zachary Hollinshead again. Zachary looking for his 2nd win of the season. And he'll come off the top of the oval. You know what? He's got it as he'll head to the line. There's your Mini Rock winner. Zachary Hollinshead will score the win. Finishing 2nd, Dylan Gennaro, and getting a podium finish for the 2nd straight day. Landon Kelly will pick up 3rd. PRD Mini winner Matt Heelan, and Joey Maffo finishing 2nd.